behind, but we're okay. Oh, actually, I already did a streaming. I didn't admit all, but I'm gonna do that. I got a spotlight. Give every. I was listening to the other one. I was like giving everything a play-by-play here. I don't need to. One sec here. Um, no. And enable, admit. Okay. And I think we are golden. Okay. Fantastic. We got some people over on YouTube watching. Hey, YouTube. Okay. So fantastic. I think I got everything going. We are live streaming. We are restreaming over to YouTube, not Facebook, because they reworked their site. So I'll mention that really quick too. Fantastic. I think we're good. Cool. All right, guys. Couple quick little intro, little housekeeping. So as usual, everybody knows that we hold these coherence meditations every week on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Our main YouTube channel is at the Cosmic Gaia Community Channel over, well, I did just say YouTube. And we restream there from our live Zoom session. So if you want to join us live here on Zoom, feel free to just go ahead and click this QR code. And while you're there, please do sign up for that newsletter. And then if you want to join us over on YouTube where we restream to, you can just click right over here. It takes you over to the Cosmic Gaia Community Channel, where you can also watch the past recordings. Unfortunately, Facebook kind of redid their restreaming platform. We are not restreaming to any of our Facebook groups for now, at least for this session. We have an event link that takes you over to our YouTube channel. In the future, we'll try to figure out what we are going to do with that Facebook restream. So we are happy to see everybody join here. All of our every week consistency with attendees. Thank you so much for coming over here and joining us. And everybody that is new, thank you so much for joining. Please do like, share, subscribe over there, and share this out to anybody that you can see benefit. We do encourage doing these coherence meditations as a daily practice. Just take a little bit of time out each day and do a little meditations. Okay, so as I said, the recordings are also over there. The last week's title was Alchemize Chaos into Coherence, and this is a unique one for this week, titled Echoes of Healing, Unlocking the Power of Your Voice. And you got me thinking about that, Seth. That's pretty cool. Quick little note, format of our coherence meditations, our sessions every week, first 10 to 15 minutes. We have an intro and a brief discussion. As we go into the coherence meditations, there will be a point where if you are in a deep trance and you just want to drop off the call, you can do that. Otherwise, stick around for the ending of our sessions and feel free to hang around there. And if you are over here on the Zoom call, on the bottom, you'll see a raise hand. It might be under the reactions button, but you can just raise your hand. And if you, by all means, if you have any questions, any comments, feel free to chime in. That'll raise your hand. We'll put you in the queue and we'll have you join via voice. There's no need to activate your video camera. And I think that's just about it. So we are back at it. So, Seth, very unique topic. It actually kind of reminded me on, well, that guitar in the background there.
Yeah.
You know, and what I keep saying every so often on, you know, Tesla with this vibration, frequency, and energy, but particularly frequency. And it also reminded me of your friend that, you know, has that long, you know, tube. I don't know what you call that instrument, but you know what I'm talking about. Just you're right though, like that voice, that frequency. And yeah, take it away, man.
So Yeah, the reason why we're doing this is because it's kind of weird. Like most people don't even know about it. They don't really think about it. But when you consider that your voice is unique to you, nobody has your voice. Your voice is yours. And when you really just work with it, because a voice is what? It's a whole bunch of intentions going into what needs to be said or what wants to be said. And in doing that, the vocal cords start to vibrate. And when they get into coherence on a certain thing or certain note or tone or whatever, then frequencies come out of the vibration of your voice. So when you get really good at doing that, you can change these frequencies because frequency is like all right, so there's a vibration, it's creating tone, and the frequency, it's almost like heart-brain coherence in a way. And you use your voice and you get really good at just toning it, then your voice box, your vocal cords, the vibration, and then the frequencies of the vibration cause you to feel this in your body. And it's funny because I was talking to Greg about it. I have a book that I wrote a while ago. I haven't released it, and it's called The Crystal. Yeah, that's like a more of why I'm qualified to teach this. The other one is like 100% action, how to make all of this happen that we've been doing for the past year and a half, no, year and 1 month, right? Everybody, that 1 year and 1 month we've been doing this for. Most Tuesdays ever since. Yeah, it's awesome. So why this is important is because, like I said, your voice is yours. Nobody else has your voice. And the facial structure in your head, all of your bones in your body, especially in the head, everybody's facial skeletal bones and all the inner ear, which is uh, basically all of this is made up of mineralized crystals, especially apatite, which is a crystal we find up here in Maine. So that means your entire body is made up of these minerals, crystallized minerals. And the book I was just mentioning is, and I call it The Crystallization of Consciousness. But I was thinking, it might be kind of weird. I don't know if people will really get it. But the more I feel into it, the easier it is to present this in a way that people get it. Because when you're taking your voice, when you are feeling the vibrations and the frequencies of your voice throughout your entire skeletal structure, which is these crystallized minerals, you're touching off with power that can expand out into reality as far as you want. And the immediate effect of it is all of these living geometric fields that are coming out of the crystallization of our bones, our skeletal structure, the fluids, the water in our body, everything is living geometric fields. It's like living liquid crystals. And when you're conscious of that, when you're aware of it, you begin to perceive yourself as this being where every part of you is holding and projecting these living geometric codes. And when you realize that, because you're feeling it vibrate through every part of your body, then suddenly you begin to have the experience that you're not stuck in your body. You are animating your body. And the more you accept that, the more you let go of all the things that hold us back, all the words, the spelling made by little men with small, weak minds who thrive off human suffering. We break out of that. This voice that's in me, that's in you, that becomes your ability to create your experience of life however you want, because it is sacred. And I know that's, it might take people a little bit of time to figure out what that means for them. But your voice literally has the ability to do anything. And you can test it out if you feel pain, We're going to do it tonight. If you feel pain, if you feel anything, and you get good at feeling the vibratory resonance of your voice in that section. Yes, Greg put up. And that's just like what people talk about. Those chakras, they are everywhere. There's so many of them in our bodies. Those are like the more central channel ones. They are all through our body and they are all around our body. We are big folks, every single one of us, but we have a species who is feeling really small. They're like stuck in who they think they are. And they think because they don't know anything but who they are, that's all there is. And I have a friend who's an amazing scientist, and he always says how arrogant that is. Like really, really arrogant. To think that nothing exists because we can't prove it is dangerously arrogant. And it just so happens to be the mainstream model of science.
I'm so terribly sorry. I'm trying to get my face in here, but
Well, go ahead, say
but
something.
no, that actually brings up the point where I'm trying to make here with the chakra system. Each one of our chakras having a different frequency, and I posted both to our Zoom chat as well as our YouTube chat. That's my playlist, and I mentioned it a couple different times, but I use these pucks, and one of the reasons is basically, I got these for like $70 on Amazon, but I just you connect via Bluetooth with my phone, and during our coherence meditations, I just play one of those frequencies to get into a more deep state. So along with our different alpha, beta, theta, delta, especially while we're sleeping, we're at a different frequency. So with those vibrations, I actually sometimes even fall asleep to those, or I'll hit the 10-hour YouTube video and I'll just play it, and it'll still be playing, in the morning. But for me at least, then it allows me, it feels like I go in a deeper state of, uh, sleep, I guess you could say, or different frequency.
Yeah, anything really. It's
Yeah.
funny as you're saying that. My friend was showing me this video of somebody who built a soundproof room, like as soundproof as could be, and you can't hear anything in it. And people go and they sit in it. And the longest somebody spent was really short. People are not able to be in a completely sound-free setting for very long because you start to hear all these different bells and whistles and frequency and so much of what's it called with the ear? The
Binaural beats? No,
no, when you
I
hear
was just
stuff in
thinking
your
that.
ear. Um, Whatever. So a lot of people hear stuff and it gets written off
Oh,
as
tinnitus.
yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And so when you're really, really in tune with yourself, that tinnitus or that sound starts to reveal itself for what it really is. It's not a malfunction. It's not something wrong that needs to be fixed. It is something that is so incredibly powerful that if we were to personally and collectively get into states where we are listening to the frequency that our body makes, anyway, whether we're using our voice or not, these frequencies, you can hear them, you can feel them, you can listen to the sound of blood pulsing through your being. And yeah, people can only stay in there like a really, really short amount of time. And I say that because there's so much going on that we actually are already aware of, but we just don't know it. It's buried into the subconscious. The more you do all these practices, the more you connect to all these sounds and feelings and experiences, the more it begins to reveal this subconscious information that we're not really aware of. And the whole idea that the brain only uses, we only use 10% of our brain, which people used to say like it was true or whatever. And which it isn't true. But what is true, you could say, is that we're using a very, very small percentage of our perception. And so when we begin to perceive more, when we don't just render who we think we are according to the five senses that most people consider our only senses, and you begin to feel and detect tones, frequencies, sounds, the feeling of it all going through your body, and you become so aware of it that that becomes the most prominent reality that you focus on, because you get to a point and you just know that's what's real. That is the base of everything, because if that wasn't going on, we wouldn't be here. It's that simple, really. So tonight we're going to do this. We're going to get into a space of coherence together. And at some point, it'll be quick. We'll do it sooner rather than later. I just want to get everybody in sync with each other for a bit. And when that happens, I'm going to say, inhale. And then on the exhale, I want you to just let a tone out of your voice. I'll demonstrate. Inhale. Just that sound. That's it. Whatever sound comes out of you first, whatever the easiest tone to make in you, in your body for you. And you're going to feel that tone. See, first we'll focus on the head. We'll move around. I'll guide you guys to do that. And the objective here is to feel the frequency of the vibrations that you're creating by using a tone of your voice. And even if it's uncomfortable or you don't want people to hear you or whatever, this is you. This is what we really are. And at what point do we stop apologizing to the world and be who and what we are? That time came a long time ago, as far as I'm concerned. So make no apologies. Be you. You don't need to sing, even if you don't think you have a good voice or anything like that. None of that matters. You have an amazing voice. You have a beautiful, powerful voice with rich tones. And it's not just one tone. When you're going, it's not just one tone. There's so many different overtones and mixing sounds in it. And the throat singing that I do, you're creating one tone. That people think, oh, wow, you're bringing all these different tones in it. And it's actually like, no, you're refining all the tones in you to one solid tone with a dancing whistle. So it's actually compressed. So when we speak, the way I'm speaking to you right now, there's all kinds of rich texture, tapestry, sounds, like there's so much in it. And by using your voice and feeling it reverberate through all these different parts of your body, that begins to get you back in tune to the nature of life itself, which is it's sound, it is tone, it is frequency. Like they say that there's objects in space that are these huge objects, and they make bass sounds so low that it's inaudible. You can't even hear it, but it has a massive effect on the body. So when you think of like, okay, all that we listen to, all that we hear, all that we think we know is nothing compared to what we have the possibility to know. The only problem with that is when we get into that possibility, our old values, our old priorities, all the consumer junk, all that stuff, we don't value it anymore. We come to value this relationship that we have with this infinite, miraculous energy that is animating us, allowing us to be in these bodies and to be able to exercise creativity. So that's what we're going to do. And we'll get into coherence, we'll get calmed down, and then I'll tell you guys that we're starting. And I'm not going to tone because I want you guys to do it. And if you don't want me to hear it or anybody else, Actually, you know what? We probably should do that, Greg, right? Have everybody mute it because, or can you mute everybody once we start? Because if everybody's trying to make sounds, I think
Well,
everyone else.
everybody is muted right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, by default it's muted. So
See, asking you shall receive.
were you thinking of everybody unmuting and then we just all
We could. I think we
kind of,
should play around with that on our own first. I mean, we could, but no, it's perfect the way it
yeah,
is. I want
maybe
it to
not
be,
this session.
yeah, we'll do. I mean, there's so
Yeah,
many things that we're gonna
yeah.
do and focus on, and people ask what kind of practice I have, and it's all built upon the foundations of everything we're doing.
Yeah, I mean this kind of even can go on like a limitless tangent because there have been so many studies on this, and like I have so many things in my library of things to read. Everything from the tuning forks, I mean back in the olden days they used to use these tuning forks and they put them by your bone to see where you actually have like a fracture or like a, or a nail, bone break and everything, and went on from there. But like the ohms, the ohms, I mean, being a musician and everything, on how the ohm actually ties into all the music and everything. As I said, like the different frequencies and the chakras, the alpha beta. I mean, there are so many, like this can go limitless, like, on the number of topics that we can um tangent out to. It's pretty amazing.
It's amazing. It's beyond amazing. And what we're doing, I want everybody who does this to have a solid base to build off because some of the more, I don't want to say advanced techniques, but I guess that's what they are. They need a foundation. Otherwise, it's not going to have the effect that it has the potential to. And I have a course, by the way. I'm thinking I'll just give it away to everybody who wants to join the monthly membership. But the course is made up of 5 different exercises that are so simple, but that if somebody made a regular habit of practicing those 5 exercises, they could practice them the rest of their life and still grow, still become more conscious, still expand beyond contraction, be able to heal everything inside and out in the world around us. These exercises are that powerful. So, all right, I'm going to get into coherence. And then when I start to say inhale, then on the exhale, you're just going to, whatever tone, your tone, no one's going to hear it, just you where you are. Inhale, and listen for what I'm going to say. Focus on your head or focus on your throat. We're going to focus on different parts. And I want that tone that you're creating to be felt in whatever part of the body we're focusing on. This is amazing. It's really, really amazing. And when it's done, you're going to be glad that you did this. And a lot of people are going to be happy that this will be available to everybody because we're recording it right now. So anything else you want to say, Greg, or anybody?
Let's hit it. Let's hit it. Let's create our own Schumann resonance, right?
Yes, absolutely. All right. So wherever you are, just start calming your nervous system down. I know that I get really excited about all of this, and I get others excited about it because that's that little kid in us that is so in awe when it comes to the mystery of life. And that is something that we are progressively working towards in these meditations, reclaiming the child-esque properties of you for the world. The big bad wolf accidentally stepped on us and bit us more times than we were ready for it. And that's all changing now. So relax your nervous system. You don't even need to think about what that means. You just relax it, and your body will do the rest. And as you let that inner cascade of chemicals that allow us to think and feel and see and know, just let all of that go. And just know that it's in a container of all that is in relationship to you. And relax your body from head to toe. Notice if you feel any pain, irritation, if there is anything in you that's bothering you. Just make a little note of it, because we're going to allow this unique voice that is ours and ours alone to interact with all that we are, and to whatever degree we are ready for it. So your nervous system is relaxed, your whole body is relaxed, your thoughts are just doing what they do, and it doesn't bother you either way. Your feelings are expansive, yet at the same time very grounding. So like a tree, we are rooted deep into this life-giving, life-taking being, this living ecosystem that processes the wheel of life and death. And it's been doing it for far longer than we could ever begin to imagine. So you're relaxed. Your feet are rooted in the ground. And of course, there's your smile. You put the smile on your face, and you feel it in your heart. And that means that maybe the smile reminds you of those child-esque properties, the empowered child in you that actually never got hurt. We just unknowingly hid that part of us, but it is there. We are there with it. So when you smile, you feel whatever feelings that smile creates. Your heart doesn't just pump blood. It actually vortexes all of the blood and fluids in your body. It is literally creating a vortex-like field of internal functioning that expands way beyond our bodies. So when you're in your heart and you're smiling and you feel that feeling, your heart is structuring all of the blood in your body so that the feeling of your smile goes for a ride and reverberates throughout your entire being. And even the way that was explained, you don't need to hold on to any of it. It's all happening no matter what. Anyway, there is no way that we can mess this up or anything. And when we begin to trust life, we cherish creating a relationship to this invisible, miraculous force of nature that's animating our being, causing our heart to vortex and create a whole set of different frequencies based on the state of being that you're able to sustain. So think of it like this: when you are relaxed, when you are feeling your own joy or happiness, those feelings automatically reverberate throughout your entire body, and you get to literally create whatever it is that you feel, and you can evolve that feeling to whatever degree you choose to. We are all already connected. All the things that we're learning to focus on here, because all of that is here as well. None of those empowered feelings and states of being, all of those ecstatic feelings that we have the ability to create just by choosing to, and feeling those elevated, uplifted feelings. And then the infinite intelligence of this life force that every one of us is takes the state of being that we are in most, and it reverberates everywhere in and around our body. And if somebody only did one thing, there's one practice that we could do every day to get really good at, it would be to feel that smile that you're putting on your face and feeling it everywhere in and around you. If you just did that, yeah, you might be walking around. People might think you're a smiling fool like they do me. But you know what? It isn't just me smiling. It's not just you smiling. Because within us and everywhere around us, the spirit world or the kingdom of God, that is reality. That is what is really going on. And it's going on in us and with us. And no matter how many people try to say that none of this is real, or talk down to us. That's not our problem. And so even authority, they're trying to punish or belittle us or imprison us. When we trust life so much that no matter what is done to us, we know it's exactly the way that it is. And to accept the way it is, make peace with it, and in the process, learn how to trust life more. Then the way things appear on the surface are just an illusion. The way it is in all reality starts to chip away at all the little filters that we have temporarily adapted, all of these belief systems that limit us, that keep us in a state of fear. And we feel that smile and the love we have for it. It literally begins to dissolve all of any of it that holds us back. So you're totally relaxed. You're breathing gently. You feel that smile on your face, in your heart, and around your whole body. And we're going to take our attention and first focus on it in the middle of our head. You don't have to aim for an exact point. Just focus your attention in the middle of your head before we start to create this vibration. See if you can feel that feeling of happiness that you have in your heart. See if you can feel it in your head. So the smile you put on your face is felt in the heart. And from that place, the heart delivers that feeling, which is just chemistry of alignment. And so you get to feel however you want to feel. You literally get to choose that. And it might take a little practice, but you'd be surprised how quickly it can happen. So your attention is focused in the middle of your head, and your brain feels happy, just like your heart. And so inhale and keep that inhale. Don't breathe it out yet, just inhale. And as you exhale, make a sound, a tone, and feel it reverberate everywhere in your head. So you're literally feeling that sound, that tone throughout your entire body. You can keep doing it. Inhale, exhale, and make the tone and feel it in your head. And do it one more time. So there's 4 altogether. So altogether, there's 4 inhales and 4 exhales with the tone of your voice, and you sensing how those vibrations feel in your bones, in your brain. And when I do it, it makes me so happy. I'll just keep doing it. And no matter what I struggle with, it automatically makes it better. So let's focus on the pineal gland in the back of your head. It's between the back of your throat and the back of your head, or in the middle of your brain. It's on the back part of your brain where the mammalian, the reptilian, and the prefrontal cortex all kind of meet in the area where the pineal gland is. And just keep your attention there. You don't have to worry about focusing. And so inhale and exhale with your tone, feeling it in the back of your head. And you can do these tones as long as you can. The full exhale of your breath, which is going to be different for everybody. And feel it. Feel the vibration of it in the back of your head, between your throat, the back part of your head. And do it again. Inhale. Exhale with ah or oh, ooh, any vowel sound that you want, and feel the vibration in the pineal gland area. And here's the interesting thing: when you can feel the vibration of your voice in a particular area, and you feel your voice vibrating that part of you, a point will come where you feel like the tone of your voice matches the energy of the physical parts of your body that you're focusing on. And like when the heart and brain go into coherence, the sound of your voice matching the part of your body that you're feeling your voice in become harmonious. Blends in, and you'll know it when you feel it. And it might take practice. And yeah, so I'm just going to do the first of each part of the body we focus on. I'll do the first inhale and exhale, and do that, and then do 3 more of your own. And I'll be better prepared to do this another time. And with all of that, take your attention and focus right on the source of where your voice is sounding, in your throat, in your voice box, in the middle of your throat. Inhale and exhale with your voice. And feel the vibration of your voice reverberate throughout your entire throat. And do it again. And while you're doing it, give yourself a pat on the shoulder. This is you in training your body to be in harmony with what you sense you're capable of being. This is amazing. This will change lives. And if enough of us could do it, it might change the world at a great capacity. So now take your awareness and let your awareness just go right into your heart, in the middle of your chest. And inhale and exhale with whatever tone, whatever vowel you want. As you're making that tone, feel the reverberations of its vibration in the middle of your chest. Do it a few more times. Really let yourself feel it. And as the sound of your voice begins to match the physical tissues and bone and everything that's in that area, you're creating vibratory coherence and the frequency of different vibrations. And really smile while you do this. Make that habit of feeling that smile, even if there's no smile on your face. Do it enough times and you remember what it feels like. And when you sustain that, nobody can take that from you. That state of being is reality. So take your awareness and drop it right behind your belly button. So in the middle of your body, between your belly button and your lower back. Inhale. And as you exhale, let the sound of your voice vibrate throughout that part of your body and enjoy it. So you're inhaling, you're exhaling, you're feeling that sound in your belly, in the middle of your body, between your stomach or your intestines and your lower back. You're in the middle of all of that. Do it a couple more times on your own. And now take your awareness from that middle point of your body between your intestine and your lower back and let it drop into your pelvic floor, right in the center of your body, between the sexual organ and the anus. There's a little point there that when you focus on, it's called the $1 million point. I think it's impossible to put a price on. So inhale and exhale and make that sound and feel it in that invaluable point on the bottom of your pelvic floor. Let it tickle, let it feel however it does. And you don't need to be afraid or feel guilt. All of that is going away because we are choosing to know ourselves as the source that allows us to even exist at all. So when you inhale, you exhale while focused on that point. Feel vibration of your voice. And also when doing this, you feel like you can focus on these points. Then as you practice, allow that feeling to expand. So it's not just a little point. Your whole part of your body can feel the vibration of your voice in any area that you focus on. We're going to drop our attention to our feet. In the middle of each of our feet, it's almost like there's something in there already that grounds us into this world. And when you inhale and then exhale, while your attention is focused in the middle of your feet, you are activating that ability to really be in communication with the ground, no matter where you are, no matter how you walk. Do it a few more times. Inhaling, creating that tone, and you're feeling the vibration of your feet, of your tone, of your voice reverberating through your feet. Do it a couple more times for good measure. This is a really powerful point of your physiology that you can focus on and anchor the sound of your voice into it. Remember to feel that smile. Remember to recognize that your body is performing impossible, complex systems to work together effortlessly. The only thing that gets in the way of this innate intelligence of the body is us. We can get in our own way. We can prevent life force from nourishing every part of us. And that's what leads to imbalance. But we're practicing turning it on, making a habit of it. As we practice, we refine our ability to do this. And now take the feeling in your feet and feel it in the middle of your palms of your hands. This is one of the most important and powerful parts of this temple that each of us are living in. And if you can feel your heartbeat, you can feel it pulsing in the middle of your hand, your palm. And if you can feel your pulse, then inhale, exhale. Feel the sound of your voice in the palms of your hands. And get quite happy about it. Because the more you do this, the more your hands are going to naturally emanate greater concentrations of the energy that is already there. And you talk about creating things with your hands. The amount of creative energy that literally flows through this area in the middle of your hands is so incredible. Contains limitless creative energy. It's almost like beams come out of our hands and our feet. And with our feet, that beam of energy is going into the ground. And with our hands, we can point them anywhere we want. And it's necessary to exercise the choice of where you choose to focus that powerful energy coming out of your hands. Use it responsibly. And when you've done it there a few times, take an inhale. And as you exhale the tone of your voice, let your entire body feel it all at the same time. So the whole of your energy field is literally feeling the vibrations of your voice. And as the heart beats, this vibrational field expands out into the world and comes right back. So you are creating frequency that you're sending out through your entire body, and it's coming back as well. Expansion and contraction. When the lines between those two separate movements dissolve, it all becomes one function. And do it again a couple more times. On your inhale, and then you exhale. and you're feeling your entire energy field that is in and around your entire body. The natural world around us is supporting our efforts, even if there's other people who scoff at this or try to belittle it. We have empathy for them because so many don't, but then they do as they leave this world. So part of the objective we have here is to allow the toxic part of us to just die. All of the pre-programming, all of the social indoctrination and belief systems, it has nothing on the individual who is aware of what this life force is and is able to be discerning enough to recognize that this is what is really happening. This life force in and around our being is the news. It is in coherence to infinity within and all around. And so as we bring this to a close, I would love it if you guys practice this. A lot of these meditations are going to be made with this incredible musician, two musicians, actually, one more than the other, but they make the most beautiful music. And they're going to take my voice out of these meditations and they're going to put all these different unbelievably beautiful sounds around it. So there won't be any talking like we do at the beginning and sometimes the end. You'll be able to do these meditations so they're enhanced, so that you can do them anytime you want. There's actually one already done. It's called Meditation for Adaptation. And it's on the website, SethLeaf.com, finally, nowwhat.com. It's on all of these social media platforms. It's in many places. And so put your hands together, palm to palm, and you are rubbing them, creating friction and heat. And take these beam projecting points in the middle of your hand and put them right into your eyes. Let that frequency go in and connect you head to toe. It is all being illuminated because you chose to amplify the life force that you really are. And in doing so, you are able to get so good at this that there are no limits. And you will be guided by your own intuition, your own instinct. When you get in coherence with this life force, it guides you. So, Greg, thank you. Everybody here, thank you so much. Please like, love, share, tag. Let's get this out there.
That made me want to go get a sound bath with the Tibetan bowls.
Yeah.
Guys, I got my book last week here. I'm Awake Now What? It's a free book of Seth's, just pay shipping, or you can get the ebook in PDF format. Check it out. Everyone have a great week. Until next week. All right. See you
Thank
guys.
you.
Blessings.